You are weird.
But yeah, but even more than usual.
Why?
What?
What did he do?
I don't know.
What did he do that was wrong?
I don't know.
Did something was wrong.
Anybody seen this dog out and about? What is it?
He's like, I just want to put my head on your chest. I want to put my head on your chest. I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, buddy, what happened, man? What'd you guys do to him when I was in the bathroom, man? What happened to him?
I'm
good boy. I'm good boy. I'm good boy. Yeah, I'll pet your belly. I'll pet your belly because you're a good boy. Yeah.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
He just wants to be scratched. That so what we got to yap about today?
Oh, excuse me.
You got all the crazy
There's
conspiracy.
Dude, why are you being so weird, man?
Dude,
What about all them fucking drones over New Jersey?
what the fuck is going on with that?
No, I don't know.
Nobody really knows.
I'll tell you the same thing the professionals say.
Huh.
I don't know.
Well,
the ones over the thing with the stuff.
I don't really know what's going on with them either, but you know, I don't think that somebody would send them over, you know, another country or whatever would send them over that could easily just be taken down. I mean, I don't think they will, unless they just think that we're so dumb, we'll just leave them up, which is very true, you know?
Yeah, apparently. I thought we would have military would. Wasn't there a military helicopter pilot that was following him, and he could have followed it to where it went, but he got scared?
Yeah,
so
something about it. He flew was over top of it, and then he ended up just going away or something.
Yeah, it was like a 6-foot drone or something like that. Yeah, and he could have followed it to where it went, but he got scared, so he didn't.
Yeah, I don't know what was. You know, I just assumed. I mean,
are you taking my job, bro?
I just assumed that if you take if you would fly a drone, you know, over a military base, it'd just be like taken down. I mean,
immediately.
I just assumed.
Just fucking destroyed it.
Yeah,
and then dissected.
Yeah,
find out where it came from and how it was built, and they'd be on your doorstep, you know, the next fucking day. That's what I
just assumed that that's the way it would be, wouldn't it?
No, apparently the military just goes. Ah!
Yeah, well,
that's our new military, everybody.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Yeah, well, everybody's woke.
Why?
Well, I have no idea. I think that's going to change. Well,
yeah, it's going to change. Fucking come January.
I think Hegseth is going to take care of a lot of that. That we ain't going to have we're going to be a little more proactive about things instead of, you know, just hanging out trying to figure out what's going on and being reactive.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Well, and then you got the Doge coming.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's great. I think that's
a lot, buddy.
I think that's a wonderful deal with what they're doing. I mean, just imagine the amount of money. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, we waste so much. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. And even if it's
and the Pentagon failed the audit for the 7th year in a row.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, no.
No, I mean,
because if it gets real bad, a plane will crash into the fucking Pentagon, right?
No, don't be saying that.
Exact department where they have it. That's what happened right before 9/11. They had over $2 trillion missing. Yeah, and then, oops. Yeah, this random plane. Nobody even is like, what plane? So
you're still thinking you're still back on you still think that that's a conspiracy. The 9/11. No,
just the plane that hit the Pentagon.
Just the one because it was an oddball thing?
And it just so happened to hit exactly the exact office where all the records were kept and everything. And poof, everything that they needed to find out what happened to that money, just all gone, all at once.
Yeah, you never know. Because everybody always say, 9/11 was a huge conspiracy.
Well,
and I'm like,
I don't think it's that hard to find out that there's an attack going on and being like, fucking just, hey, we got anybody who's fucking got a plane or anything, and fucking just...
That'd be horrible. You know, I don't know how many people died there. I can't remember the number, but I know there was.
It was 3,000 and something died.
Well, in the
air, and then you got to count everybody that died from all the debris in the air and stuff.
Yeah.
It killed like another 6 or something like that.
Which if it ever
a large amount.
Yeah, if it the Twin Tower thing, I don't think was a conspiracy. I think they did what they were trying to do.
It's so far above anything I can even comprehend. Because like I used to think that there's no way it could be a conspiracy, and then all these other conspiracies, like some of these ones turn out to be
some
true.
of them make,
and it's like some of them are so crazy.
Some of them make a lot of sense.
Way. Yeah. And it's like, but
even though, all right,
I'm not gonna like the whole talking about like what temperature does steel melt at and jet fuel burn at, and it's like fucking dude, I didn't go to school for that stuff.
Well,
I wait for other people to tell me the answers to those things. I don't sit at home and go, "You're right, yeah, steel doesn't melt at it."
I watched some and listened to some podcasts, about things, and they, talk about conspiracy, talk about conspiracy things or whatever, and they start talking, and for like the first 20 minutes, a half hour, you're like, yeah, well, yeah, that makes it, and then all of a sudden they get into something else, or they go further with it, and you're like, okay, all right. Okay, yeah, this is too much.
You're following them, and then they're like, and that's when the lizard people started to take over, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of, it reminds me of the way I explain it, or, try to explain it to people here, is, when you're watching Frank Gallagher, Shameless,
yeah,
and he starts with his rants, you're like, yeah. And then you realize it's Frank Gallagher, and you're like, yeah, this is like, what the hell? And it's just and it just goes to shit, And
it turns into, and that's why we should all be able to smoke crack.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, it's going somewhere it shouldn't be, but you root for him to begin with. And then it goes somewhere where it's not supposed to be going.
That show had the worst ending of a series I've ever seen in my entire life. It was such a shitty, horrible ending.
Oh, yeah.
It was just dog shit.
But it was a good show.
It was a great show. The ending was shameful.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the first, I mean, it's just like anything else, I guess. The first 3 seasons for sure.
Yeah,
were really fucking good.
The whole show was
and
real good.
Then it kind of got into some.
I think when
stuff,
the lady who played their older sister, I think when she left the show,
what was her name? Sharona or something?
Who's the girl that? Fiona.
There we go. There you go.
When she left the show, and there was like another 2 seasons after that or whatever, those were.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
those were just dog shit.
It looks like they just tried to dig things up.
I mean, they did. They let Carl carry a couple episodes more often, which was nice.
Well, yeah, that was cool. That was cool, but the only
his name?
It just got into being
a dealer who went to the army.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah,
but
Carl was cool.
Mix him up with Curl. From from Dead, whatever.
Yeah, Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well, no, there's Carl, who was in Shameless, and then Curl, who was in The Walking Dead. Curl.
But yeah, the thing that I guess you take Shameless, and it's, when I first started watching it, I'm like, this like is against everything I've ever watched on TV. It should never be that way.
Horrible.
And it goes against everything and basically emphasizes every horrible stereotype that you could ever imagine. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, that was crazy. And then after it got into season 5, and it was still good and done well, but it changed to being more slightly more mainstream, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
instead of everything that is wrong and horrible.
It became more topical.
Yeah, because everybody watched it. Yeah, everybody watched it because it was against everything and it was different, you know?
It's right around the time it became a podium is around the time that it started to suck, which is the same thing that happens with everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't the greatest, you know. The last they were still good, but it wasn't as good.
Dude,
you know?
The video game industry's been going the same way as the movie industry and stuff, just over wokeism, fake reviews. There was a game that came out that's it's a great game, but if you just cut if you cut the story out of it, it's a great game.
Yeah.
A good game. Dragon Age, whatever, the new one came out, and there's just endless things online of just you can be non-binary and all these
Oh, come on.
And that creates all these arguments with your parents about them never understanding you, and you're da-da-da-da-da, and it's just the worst. And that game, which, mind you, was getting like a 3 out of 10 by everybody who reviewed it, that won Game of the Year.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Well,
Game of the Year. Best
I'm
game
still
that
stuck
came out
on
all year long.
I'm still stuck on this, what the hell is it? Skyrim, you know?
Oh, dude, I love it.
I'm still stuck on that,
Yeah.
dude.
I've played it for years.
I don't play it all that much. Maybe a couple weeks a year, you know, when I'm not busy. But I sit down, I'll play it for them a couple of weeks, and I'm good for a year. You know, because
it updated with the survival mode where you have to like eat and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have to eat, and you have to. It depends on like what kind of clothing you're wearing. Instead of just having an armor rating, it now has a warmth rating on it. So if you're out in the snow and you'll start to freeze.
Oh, yeah.
And then you start to move slower, your health goes down, and then eventually you'll just freeze to death.
Like I say, I still play it on the PlayStation 3. I bought this thing like 15 years ago.
I've had,
you know, whenever the game first kind of came out,
it's transferred Xboxes with me. Yeah.
Yeah. I like I say, well, you know, you're Xbox, I'm PlayStation, you know, I'm older.
I was PlayStation.
That's what we always
when
did.
PlayStation first came out, I was PlayStation.
Yep.
But then eventually switched to Xbox.
And then I did buy a PlayStation 5. It's still in the box. You know, I just don't play the games that much, but
there's a cool game on there that I wanted to check out. It's a PlayStation exclusive. It came out a few years ago. I can't remember what it's called, but you ride around on a motorcycle, and you can run into like swarms of zombies that are up to like 1,000.
Oh, Jesus.
So like you can't, you know, if you fuck up, you're fucked, and you have to repair your bike. And shit. Oh, yeah. You have to get parts and repair your bike. You can run into other groups that ride, you know, bikes and kind of become part of I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into the story of it, but that would be an awesome game. I think that's the one that's probably going to make me end up buying a PlayStation eventually because it's a PlayStation exclusive. So
yeah, I got for me, it's, I don't know, you know, older, you know how we used to play PlayStation all the time. Nintendo came out, it was cool, and then PlayStation came out, it was even better. And
hashtag lady.
It was, you know, I kind of stuck on the PlayStation. I don't
you need that notebook.
Play all that much, you know. But we got, with the only ones that I ever play on the, you know, is, I do the, like Skyrim. You know, I like them. I got, you know, I don't think everybody, I think everybody likes Skyrim to a point.
It has a pretty big following.
Yeah. Can you find things wrong with it? Yeah. I mean,
for sure.
Everybody can, but I mean, in its day, it was great. Nowadays, they probably need to come out with a new one.
But it receives updates so much. And if you have like let's say a gaming computer, instead, it has so many updates that just the community has made. You can literally change it into an entirely different game with like realistic trees and it goes deep, dude. It goes real deep.
Yep. And then, like I say, I play that, you know, because I'm not an everyday player.
I got into Subnautica lately.
I got I played the Grand Theft Auto games.
Yeah.
You know? even though I think 3 and 4, was it 4 good? I can't remember.
3 was good.
3
was
and 4 were the best, and then 5 is kind of eh. Or maybe 5 was good and 4 was eh.
Meh.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah,
3 and 5
kind of meh.
were kind of the best. But I remember playing that back on the computer back in, man, it had to be right at 2000.
Like, yeah, it was like 2021.
I mean, it was horrible back then, but it was fun because you could do all kinds of stupid shit.
Oh, yeah, you just had to know like the little codes to type in, and you could do anything.
Then we did I used to play Command and Conquer on the computer. That was fun.
Yeah, real-time strategy stuff.
Yep. That was fun. Then the only other game that I was thinking about maybe wanting, somebody said something about there's a new, like, you can build starships and fight and do different stuff like that. And I'm kind of a Star Trek fan, so it kind of, not saying it's anything to do with Star Trek, I'm just saying it kind of feeds into that. So I was like, I'll give that a shot maybe.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, I think you can build all different
might be
kinds
Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield. There you go.
That one was, and it's it got horrible reviews. It was supposed to have all these individual planets that were supposed to be all different and all this other stuff, and it just, every planet was like random generated. You can only travel to certain parts of the planet instead of being able to like traverse the whole thing and all this other shit that was on it. But the ship modifications on it and the ship design are fucking sweet.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I might end up playing that thing to mess with. But
and I mean, for us, like fucking, you don't need something that you can put 140 hours into.
Oh, like absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can play for a few hours, get through the story, and be like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
next.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then when I get bored a year later, I'll fire it back up and say, I'm going to do this time.
Yeah.
Just change it up.
Try and do it this way.
Yep.
Exactly.
There's but other than that, like I say, that's basically, and the only reason I bought a PlayStation 5 is because PlayStation 3 is way outdated.
Well, yeah.
But
all the games I like are fucking outdated because the new games are all just
that's the cool thing is
so much BS.
The PlayStation 5 I got will play PlayStation 5 games and PlayStation 4 games.
Yeah.
And then the PlayStation 3 I have is backwards compatible. It'll play 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, nice.
So now I can, between the two, I can do whatever I want.
There you go.
Kids, they're all into the Xbox.
Yeah.
So they're all locked up in that. So I'm always buying new Xboxes or something. I don't know. They always need this extra stuff. I don't understand it. They got fucking like $500 controllers or whatever.
Oh God, yeah, those new controllers, the Pro.
Yeah,
they're like, hey, why don't you make one that works and stop fucking making 8 divisions of controllers, you dick bags.
Yeah, they just, they like it and they do their thing. I don't know. They play online with each other, so
companies are just greedy as fuck, dude.
Well, they play online with each other, so it's whatever, as long as they're
exactly.
happy.
That's we play Fortnite with her kids and
I think they play a little Fortnite or something, and I don't play online myself.
I can't stand, I can't stand Fortnite, dude.
I can't do it.
I refuse to play the new Call of Duty, the Black Ops 6 or whatever the hell.
The Call of Duty.
I stopped playing Call of Duty a while ago.
I used to play that back, and it was like Call of Duty. The hell was it? 3?
Yeah.
I think that's the last one.
4 was the first one that had the zombies map on it. Or it was no. I think that might have been Call of Duty World at War.
That's the last one I ever did. Was the the Call of Duty 3, you go through and do
used to compete with that other game that was kind of like that. No, there was another game that was just like back in the day when it was first becoming popular. Those World War II shooters were first becoming big. Can't remember what it was called, but it used to be right there with Call of Duty. And then Call of Duty just blew it out of the fucking water.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember what the hell it was. But now Call of Duty's, you can't swear on there. It's got AI monitoring your speech and stuff on there. So
really?
Yeah. So there's a lot of people getting banned for swearing. It'll cut your comms for 2 weeks. Can't talk to anybody for 2 weeks, and who wants to play with a guy that doesn't have a mic? So yeah, it's just everybody's trying to throw AI into everything all at the same time, and it's just a shit show. And their excuse is, well, it's got to learn.
That's
gotta learn.
That's not good.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. I just don't get on.
It's got to learn, or we continue making things better progressively the way we have this whole time, and not just, well, I don't want to have to think about how to make things better anymore. Time for you to do it, and we'll all just get stupid.
Yeah, and for me, I didn't want to play. You know, when I play a game, I want to play the game.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to.
I don't want to play a game that everybody else is playing because it's not my game. You know what I mean? The online stuff, I don't get on and do that. I just want to play the game, go through the storyline, kind of do whatever I want to do. I tried that online stuff, and people just kind of they're doing their own thing, and they're maybe if I had
you have to know somebody.
Yeah, maybe if you had a group that we're all working together, okay, maybe.
And the only way to do that is to be online and surf through just waves of assholes. And usually in a day, if you play for, let's say, 4 hours in a day, you can probably put together 2 or 3 decent people that you might see the next time you get on. If you play at the same time, you know, because people tend to play on a schedule.
Yep.
And if you might see them the next time you get on there. Yeah. And it literally takes that long.
Yeah.
You can literally just run through people doing their own thing, people harassing you on purpose, people doing things like putting you in the car and then jumping out and blowing the car up and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can deal with that for hours.
Yeah. It's, yeah, like I say, but I don't play it very much and stuff like that, but it's kind of fun, especially this time of year when you get a little extra time off and
eventually you will run into somebody like you who's like, oh, thank God. What are we doing? How do we do this stuff? Like, you know, and you start going through stuff and working as a team and you're like, oh, okay, this is how this game's supposed to be played. Way better this way. But I would start, for somebody who doesn't have anybody to play with, start in duos, just 2 people with a random fill until you meet one other person that's not an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
And then you two, once you play a couple matches and you want to add somebody else, you can start doing trios with a random fill. Or that person might have friends that they can then invite. And that's usually how you find a decent group of people to play with.
And
don't give any personal information to anybody. I don't care how good of a friend they are.
Oh, yeah, don't.
Online, don't give them anything personal.
Because they're gonna be pissed off at you at some point. So
there are hackers out there who like to do things like just get into your like home security system and just watch you.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of weirdos.
Makes them feel powerful and stuff. Yeah, it's creepy.
But one other thing I got in and I don't know why I clicked on it or whatever, but watching some stuff on YouTube. Oh yeah, what's going on over here?
Yeah, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, Roblox is extremely dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Uh-huh.
That's weird. I mean, there's a bunch of weird creeps out there. One other thing I was like say looking at, it was kind of actually interesting. They talking about nuclear power and nuclear waste, right? I didn't,
nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear.
I don't know. They're both different, and I don't know how.
I don't know the difference. But,
oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know jack about it. Everybody knows the general. Yada yada yada.
Nuclear.
They all.
We're talking about nuclear power.
It all makes the general knowledge is, you have nuclear power plants and does this, and then it has a bunch of waste and can't get rid of it and all, yada, 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 all this crap, right? Well, I don't know why I clicked on it. It was something it said, and I clicked on it or whatever. I didn't know that they talk about the rods and stuff in there when that they only use them until 10% of the power goes. Still 90% of the reaction and power is there.
Yeah.
And then they're spent. They're done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Well, because
all that.
I think if one of them fails, it's a pretty big flipping deal or something.
True, but I mean, you got all of this, right? You got like 100% of something. You only use fucking 10% of it and then get rid of it. And then you got, quote, nuclear waste that people say is this horrible thing. And, I'm like, what, how, why wouldn't we figure out how to use more of it? 90% of it's left.
Pretty fucking hard.
Well, I'm guessing it is,
pretty
but
complicated.
I'm guessing it is, but we figured this stuff back in the 40s.
Yeah.
So it's almost like 70, 80 years ago.
Everybody's against nuclear.
Yeah, but 70, 80 years, you think we're going to come up with some fucking advances,
Nuclear energy is some of the cleanest energy you can have.
It is, and this is, it might surprise you. It surprised me when I found out about it.
Solar is only going to be useful for like a few years, and then you got to throw the whole fucking works away.
The thing is they take, now there's only a few companies around in the world that do this, but one of them they said was in France.
Yeah,
where you can pull the nuclear rods out.
The fucking French.
Send them over there.
I'm just kidding.
Send them over there, and they recycle them. They basically make the rod good again. So they can reuse it. I'm like,
the French figured out.
Yeah, I'm like, that's
cool as shit. It good again.
But I'm assuming it's extremely dangerous to do. With all the radiation stuff, you got to be extremely careful. But they figured out how to do it.
Poor people do it.
They figured out. I mean, I wouldn't think
it's what we would do.
I'm thinking that they. For me to when I found out watching this or whatever that they can recycle nuclear rods and stuff, and the waste, I'm like, wow, that I never thought that they could. I thought, I just thought that basically they used it, and when they were done, it was done, and it was just like a pile of ooze and nothing you could do.
I thought the waste was barrels of toxic sludge.
No, it's not.
Oh,
I didn't know that either.
That's what we've been shown for years.
That's what I'm saying. That's why my understanding of it wasn't close to what it is.
Nuclear waste is just some rods.
Yeah, and then they turn around and they say, how nuclear will the waste it'll be around forever, and you can't. Yeah. They were talking about they talk about half-lives and things like that, or, them terms. Basically, the thing is they say it's only toxic. The little bit of waste after they recycle it is only toxic for like 50 years.
Yeah.
And that's the half-life or whatever. And then it's moderately. So basically 100 years, it's not like great stuff, but it's not toxic anymore.
What we've been doing.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, why don't we use more of this stuff? Why, and another thing, like say, when I was watching, I just bored.
Something to do with somebody making more money.
Oh, I'm sure that this stuff is really like I'm sure it's really dangerous to deal with, but
yeah,
if there's a way to do it, why don't we do it?
Because somebody's making too much money doing it the way it's done right now.
Dude, I know, but why don't we do it? I mean, just imagine if we put more power plants all over the place like that.
Every time somebody makes a car that runs on water, they unalive themselves in a hotel room with 3 gunshots to the head.
All by themselves, for sure.
All by themselves. Always ruled
exactly.
Suicide. Yeah,
100%.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. We're not allowed to fix anything anymore.
Yeah.
And anybody smart enough who tries to just
Yeah.
Gone.
And it's, but like I say, I seen that. One other thing I thought was neat, that because it was all along the same lines of power, they had in Iceland, I believe. I'm not sure, maybe Greenland, but I think it was Iceland. They say that, I think it was Iceland, because they say the whole island is basically made by volcanoes. It's all,
well, yeah,
it's really seismic activity or volcanic activity there or whatever. And they, obviously it's cold there. I mean, everybody knows Iceland,
Yeah. Well, Iceland's actually green and Greenland's ice.
Yeah. Well, like I say, one way or the other. But like I say, I think it was Iceland. I believe it was. And what they're doing is right now they got a lot of geothermal, power or whatever. But the way it's set up now is a geothermal, like, a big plant will only serve so many, and just because of the way it's set up or whatever.
Yeah,
but
it's infancy still.
They are now, I think, starting in 2025, they are now drilling into because a few years back they drilled down to see what was out there.
Yeah.
And they got down like 2 miles or whatever it was, 1.5 miles, and basically stopped. They hit a magma chamber of a volcano. And
liquid hot
magma. Exactly. So they ended up, that's all the farther they can go, but they filled it all in. And now they're going to start again. They're going to drill this, basically the same thing. And they're going to actually put a geothermal over and use the magma, the volcano, to heat and use it for geothermal power.
Sounds dangerous.
It might be, but just imagine the potential of energy, clean energy
from
too.
A volcano.
Yeah. I mean, it might not erupt for 20,000 years.
But if it does, your heating costs go down by so much.
Well, you know what I mean, though. It's like, like even like us, when you're talking volcanoes or, us, Yellowstone.
Well, I mean, life gives you lemons, you make lemonades. Your life puts you on top of a volcano, you use it to heat your house.
Well, wouldn't it make sense to use what you have?
It's right there.
If you want to go green to a certain point, and like I said, I'm not a big green energy and the world is going to die and we're these horrible people and all this stuff.
Oil will always be here. But everybody who wants to go green doesn't realize how much fucking oil is in absolutely everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That you use every single fucking day.
I'm not against being a good steward of the earth, within reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think people should just be throwing fucking litter everywhere. It's just stuff like that. I don't expect you to change oil. You just dump it out in your front yard or your backyard,
Don't be a dick, you know?
Yeah, just be good. Be conscious of it. I mean, we can't do everything, but be conscious of it and do your best.
No.
Put a little effort into
the oil. You don't dump it in your front yard. Or
yeah, exactly.
backyard.
That's what I'm saying.
Throw it over the fence into your neighbor's yard.
No,
like a respectable person does.
But like I say, if they got they can use the heat from a volcano that's there to, God, that's a huge amount of power, huge amount of energy.
Well, you'd think almost endless, really.
Yeah, well, it's endless till it explodes, but...
Well, I mean, put it in terms of like how much energy we could use to how much energy a volcano can produce. It's fucking...
Oh, yeah.
It's more energy than you could ever do anything with because it's enough energy to like...
Yeah. That's... it's
the whole world. So.
If it's, since it's geothermal, it's all just done with steam and water and heat. I think that's basically the cleanest damn energy you can get, really.
I mean, it's fucking steam.
Yeah, and you're not really doing anything like hydro. Okay, you put a dam up, that kind of changes the agriculture and stuff.
The landscape.
It's still clean. It's still clean, but you have to damage something
Well, you're
nature.
You're completely changing the ecosystem for everything that lives in that area.
Exactly. So,
but if
you're just drilling into a volcano, I can't be too much living on a fucking volcano.
My thing is, first off, on that, why do we give a shit?
What?
Because some fish and this and that are going to have to change the way they live or move here or do the. Why? How fucking privileged are we?
Well,
to be like, but won't it make the fish feel bad? Or what about there's this particular fucking this little tiny rat thing that goes there, and if we do that, this rat thing will never be there anymore. And we're like, yeah, but why? Who gives a shit?
Well, to an extent, I think it's
impeding progress.
It's for the greater good. It would be okay.
No, it's
but if it's not,
you feel better. It's to make people feel
just
better.
Saying, I'm agreeing with you.
Without them actually having to fucking do anything in the real life.
I'm agreeing with you.
Better.
I think if certain things for the greater good have to happen, it's not. I mean, we all have conscience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to wipe a species out.
What species?
Some type of fish. Or
there's
some type of
owl.
Whatever.
There's an owl in fucking like northern Idaho or Utah or whatever that is. Dude, they shut down fucking logging companies and tons of people lost their fucking jobs for an owl that doesn't want to fucking live anyways. A much better, cooler owl came and comes, and now those owls, if they sleep with that owl, none of that owl will be born. They are all the other owl because their seed is so much more dominant than the other one.
It's kind of like taking care of
that owl. That owl has outlived its time and doesn't need to be here anymore. And that the whole reason they shut down this whole area is because this owl, this stupid fucking owl that doesn't need to live, only likes this particular tree that's super old and kind of fucked up, and it's the only ones that they'll nest in. While these other owls, let's call them Sky Vikings, come in and are just wiping them off the face of the earth, but we're spending so much money and all these logging companies and all these guys, lumberjacks and everything, lost their jobs, their livelihoods. People who lived there for years are gone. Towns that used to be thriving there are dried up. Nothing. All for a fucking owl that is going to die anyways.
We're all gonna die and eventually be wiped out. How many species?
This owl is going to be wiped out despite all the help.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just how many species over the life of the Earth that we've went and figured out now have died and went extinct.
That is the natural flow of the Earth.
It does to an extent.
That is the natural flow of the Earth. Is that species go extinct, other species come and fill that gap in.
Do we have to do it specifically for, you know what I mean? If
we're not,
there's one idea to identify it.
We're not going out and doing these innovative things specifically to destroy these animals. No. So why in the fuck do we have to start all these things to specifically save these animals?
Yeah. I mean,
adapt and overcome.
Yep.
Or bye. Goodbye.
Yep. There's certain things, like say, I don't mind to a certain extent where if we identify a deal and we can make it work and help.
If it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But now if it's,
but like that owl.
Now again, if somebody just like, I want to build a freaking airport in the middle of nowhere, the only place that this animal lives, nowhere else on Earth, and we build an airport, they're just going to kill them and they'll go extinct. Well, okay, let's just move the fucking airport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To some
hair over there.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it has to be for a greater good.
Yeah.
Now, if it's going to help millions and millions and millions of people, then, hey, we get, to a certain extent, you got to do what you got to do.
But let's say those birds that you're moving the airport for are being wiped out by another species of creature, and they're all going to die anyway.
Exactly. Don't worry about it.
I say, grab 2 of them, put them in a fucking conservation zoo, whatever you fucking want to do with them, because they're going to be gone anyways, and build the damn airport.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's no distinction between that and when it really needs to be done.
Exactly.
Because it's all come down to money now. It has nothing to do with anybody, and everybody just does it to make themselves feel better because you can sit on your couch and go, oh, that's good. I'm glad that owl gets to live, and then fucking shove your Doritos in your face, and because, you don't have to get off your fat ass and do anything.
Wasn't that something Trump was talking about with something to do with California and not getting enough water? Because I guess there's plenty of water coming down the Colorado. I guess there's plenty of water. They just divert like 3/4 of it. Maybe, I'm not saying I'm right on the percentage.
A large amount.
All because of a tiny little fish. And basically leaves California in a drought all the time.
Most of the year, yeah.
Yeah, all the time, you know. So without that, they would have lakes. There used to be a lake out there, but I guess there was a lake right kind of
down there
in the middle of where Los Angeles was. There used to be a lake, but when we dammed everything up, it dried up because they diverted everything.
Yeah.
But they diverted it for this fucking
fish. Hey, buddy,
fish.
fuck that fish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of what they were talking about on the campaign was, fuck this fish.
Fuck that fish.
It's like there's
people are
millions
dying.
Upon millions of people.
Yeah, people are dying. People die from fucking not getting enough water. So how about fuck that fish?
Yeah, and it millions upon it. That's for the greater good. I'm sorry, this tiny little fish that whatever.
That is unfortunate. Please take some and put them in the aquarium of your choosing.
Yeah, and keep them alive. Do you think?
Move the fucking water where it needs to go so people can live comfortably.
Exactly.
Thank you. Have a nice day. And then those people can go and they can visit that little stretch of water where the fish used to live, and they can cry, and they can set up a memorial with little rocks, and they can put flowers there every year, and then go, this is the day they killed my fucking little fish. And they can do that every year for the rest of forever.
Well, they can even dress up in... They can even dress up in fish costumes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They can dress up in fish costumes, and they can all gather there, and they can all fuck each other right there one time a year in their fish costumes, fucking, and they can do whatever they want, and then they can all leave and shut the fuck up.
Yep. And it's
shit's got to get done, man.
But I'm just saying, it was just it's something that I like to say when it come to geothermal and stuff. Just stuff I've seen. I was
that's a smart way.
Really,
that's innovative.
Good. No, that's really good.
That's innovative, new, not, yeah, sure, we need to clean some stuff up, but let's find a way to do it where we actually get the energy we fucking need.
Exactly. And
you don't end up with a fucking whole scrapyard full of solar panels every 5 fucking years, dude.
And I think that, like I say, I thought that was a freaking ingenious way to do it. I mean, I'm like, wow, if they could do that.
I look forward to him accidentally unaliving himself in a hotel room in the future.
No, they've already, I guess they found this. I guess they did this drill thing
before they told anybody.
Like 5 years ago. And since then, they've been working on getting this geothermal set up and plans and figuring it all out. And I guess next year they're supposed to start drilling and having construction to actually start making this happen. Technically, the way the guy was talking about, technically it could be only a few 10 years and they could have 10 of these things that basically run the whole frickin' continent, the whole, entire Iceland.
Ta-da!
I'll be like, that would be awesome. And it's basically free. I mean, you know what I mean?
We have volcanoes.
Well, yeah. If the volcano we have, I don't think we want to fuck with it.
What?
I don't know.
Not Yellowstone. You don't tap into that.
No,
boy.
I don't.
Fuck
no,
you trying to like
we don't
power
wanna,
the solar system? Get out of here.
We don't want to, because that son of a bitch is going to kill us one of these days. Maybe not us, but someday.
We're going to kill everybody.
Someday it's going to go.
Yeah,
it's going to take care of some business.
Maybe. I don't know anything about any of that shit.
Well, the only thing I've heard, and that's, like I say, listening to things and watching different stuff, that they say that through, they've went and dug in Europe and everywhere, and they went through the layers of soil and they got the ash and tested it where it came from, and it came from Yellowstone. I guess they can tell somehow. but they said that every 600,000 years on average, the Yellowstone blows.
Yeah, and it's been like
620,000 years.
Yeah.
So it's 20,000 years technically overdue on average. On average. So any day, or it might never do it again. We don't know.
We assume it goes off every 600,000 years.
Well, like I say, they and the reason they did it is because they've seen like 6 or 8 through the soils, all over the planet, and was tested it back to.
We know dick about any of that.
And they say it's on average. So maybe one time it was 500,000 blue, and then next one was 700, 750.
Yeah,
they just say on average. But the thing is 100,000 years. That's a long fucking time.
That's a long ass time.
That's a long fucking time.
Definitely nothing we should be worrying about.
No.
Until it starts smoking.
Yeah. Even though the thing is starting to move.
Well, it moves a little bit every year.
Yeah.
And fucking it gets a little bit bigger. It swells up.
They say, they said that there was, they can tell it because I guess they went out and surveyed it back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Because it was a state or a federal park.
I bet they surveyed it in the 80s and shit too after fucking Mount St. Helens.
Yep. Well,
imagine
they say
everything got a quick survey after that.
Yeah, they went and they shot everything in for heights and where everything was. And I guess Yellowstone Lake, one of the things I was hearing or have heard, that all of a sudden there was a forest on one side, and all the trees next started dying all the time. And then they'd come out and they'd be under a foot of water, but nobody really noticed it. It's so slow.
Slowly.
Well, the deal is underneath on one side, it's bulging and pushing the water over the other way. Well, I don't know about you, but a freaking volcano that size is bulging in areas. I don't think I like that. That's not a good sign. That's not a good thing.
No, we should drill into that.
No, fuck no. I think we just...
You got to let some of that pressure off.
No, fuck no. Yeah, let some pressure off all at once.
Yeah, you got to let some of that out.
God damn.
You don't want that to let itself out.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, though. But I did go out to Yellowstone. I went there and went on vacation and looked at it all. I mean, it's an amazing place.
I want to go to some national parks and shit.
Yellowstone was amazing. It was huge. You have all kinds of shit you can do and look at if you like nature and geology and stuff, and it's amazing.
I hate people though.
The only thing bad about freaking Yellowstone, stinkiest fucking place on earth.
What?
All sulfur gas.
Oh.
So you go see all these amazing things, but
Scruffy's being weird, man. I don't know what's going on this episode.
Man. I don't know. He's just like,
Scruffy's being a weird
think it was that
dude,
fucking
man.
taco.
I did. I gave him a shredded beef taco, right?
I know. I think it was that fucking taco. And now his fucking guts doing the old.
Nah, I think that taco was really good.
Yeah, I bet it was, but it's probably giving the old fucking, giving the old bubble gut.
Whatever I got to do to get another one of those tacos out of you, dude. You fucking.
No, he's probably like, dude, I got bubble gut.
No, he'd go by the door and shit. He'd let me know.
He was like, I got bubble gut.
He don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't fuck around when it's that time.
Yeah.
He don't mess
You gotta let
around.
it flow.
Yes.
Yeah. Then it's but yeah, I thought it was Yellowstone was cool. Yellowstone was like, it was one of the greatest. It was a good time. I'm into geology and stuff. I like that.
I guess it's cool.
I really do. And one of the couple of things, obviously Old Faithful and stuff, that was neat. Way more commercialized than I thought.
Whoop-de-doo, Basil.
Yeah, it was way more. I mean, it was neat. I'm not saying it wasn't. It was really neat.
Yeah, but everybody's heard of it. Everybody's,
And the way I thought about it, I was like, hey, cool, you get to go look at this thing, and it's kind of like there, but no, it's like commercialized.
Yeah, 100%.
And so. And it does. It's still they actually got a clock that ticks down, and they know, but it's neat. I'm not saying it's not. It's something to see. Okay.
Yeah. But the commercialization makes it just lame.
Yeah, it kind of took the greatness out of it for me, because I like the geology part of it. I wanted to just see it
I want to see how it's supposed to look.
I don't mind if they build a building like a quarter mile away, a half mile away, but then I want to walk up to a certain area and maybe just have a bunch of benches or something, or a standing area, and maybe have a wood fence to stand behind, and you just stand there and you let it. Cool, But this is all right there, and I know it wasn't, but it's still something to see.
But they just whore everything out.
Then some of the other stuff was like, you go through and there's some pools, of stuff is like 200 degrees, the water, but it's
I've heard stories of people slipping and falling in that shit.
Yeah, there is. They actually tell you some of that stuff about to stay on the path. Do not get off the path.
Yeah, that's not a joke, dude.
No, it's not a joke. Because they have some places it was grass and everything, but it's just a thin crust. Just step and fall through. So yeah, stay on the path. You ever go out there, stay on the damn path. I was just saying, you'll fall into a 200-degree pool of water and you'll boil.
You're dead. Yeah, your skin's gone.
And there's people that have had that happen.
Yep. People that have dropped their wallets and then gone to grab them.
Yeah. And there's the thing is there's these pools. They look like a lot like the colors of your backdrop there. They got all these beautiful colors, all these beautiful colors and stuff. And there's microorganisms and little this and that, and living in 220 degree water.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, wow, it was just neat, seeing stuff like that. And they have all kinds of, the geology of it was just amazing for me. I really liked it. Plus then you can go whitewater rafting. So,
oh shit.
Yeah. They got, a bunch of whitewater rafting tours and stuff you can go get on and do that kind of thing. It was just kind of fun.
I would love to hang out and hear about it. Nobody's seen the Smiths. Have you seen the Smiths?
No.
Yeah, they were whitewater rafting a while.
Yeah, I bet they were. But you have a bunch of, like say you're right next to the mountains. Jackson Hole is a big town. You just go in. Yeah, it's actually neat.
Jackson Hole.
That's Jackson Hole. Yeah. Yep. Then I ended up on the way back.
Any fucking name.
On the way back, I stopped at the gun museum. They got a huge gun museum, not in Yellowstone, but
in the area.
Yeah, it's probably 200-300 miles away, but it was on the way back, and I stopped there and
just move out to Montana and fucking just go out.
Yeah, it was, and the thing is
when that fucker pops, just be right there.
Oh, you're done. Yeah. I mean, you're done anyway. So, I mean, we're all done. If that thing goes, we're basically all done.
Yeah.
But they have the gun museum was neat because that's where like all the big names like Colt and Smith and Wesson, Ruger, and all that, when they have like the original their guns, they send their collection there.
Yeah.
And you get to see their collection basically.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, I think it had like, I'm not exactly sure. I think it was like 4,000, 5,000 guns.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was. I mean, if you like that kind of stuff and you just, see different stuff, it's kind of neat. They had guns from like 1600,
Holy shit.
All the way up
it's just a slingshot.
No, it was like a great big, if I remember right, it was like a great big shotgun, but it had a barrel in it that flared out at the end. And it was a blunderbuss or something like that. But they had that back in like
powder
1600s.
Fucking all that.
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
Yep.
It was kind of neat to see that stuff. But yeah, that's kind of, so I went out and did all that. That was kind of fun.
Fucking sweet.
But yeah, the Yellowstone, if you ever get a chance to go out there, go out and take a look at it. Just understand it's going to stink.
I'm never going to have money to go out there.
What do you mean? Yeah. Managerial status you got.
Dad, I ain't talking about my job on here. I hope they never find out about this.
Yeah. No, that's why I like to say I might talk about, working and stuff, but I don't ever mention.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not mentioned.
Nobody really cares.
Not on here.
Ain't nobody give a fuck anyway. But yeah, you still got.
I'm trying to be somebody. All right.
Are you trying to be somebody?
Well, I'm trying to make more money than the average fucking guy makes.
You're trying to be more than.
Actually, I'm trying to make as much as the average fucking guy makes. Is what I'm trying to do. I would be happy with just the average.
You'd triple your fucking income.
Yeah.
Just fucking with you. All right.
No, you're not, but you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I would literally, I think the most I ever made in a year was like $28,000 in a whole year.
Damn.
That's
crazy.
the most I have ever made in my entire life.
Dude.
And I'm not dead.
I wrote fucking transferred and wrote checks bigger than that.
If you woke up tomorrow and made what I made in a year, you'd jump out a fucking window.
I'll fucking cry my life away. But
nobody's seen him in 3 days. Where's he been? Just here.
He done.
I can get close to the steps, but all I hear down there is good.
But yeah, it's other than that, any car woes? Get into the personal stuff a little bit.
Yeah, fucker needs a battery or something on it. It's the only vehicle I've had where you go to start it and it makes that like tick 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 sound.
Yeah.
Like fucking battery's dead and then starts.
Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
It's usually the clicking is just the solenoid on the starter. You ain't got quite enough, but it finally locks in and usually if it's clicking, that means it's low voltage.
So need a fucking battery. Yeah, exactly.
Now
like I fucking said.
Yeah, and usually like I say, if the battery is bad, and you got to be careful. A lot of people don't understand batteries.
Yeah.
That they think that they just go bad over time, which they do. I mean, I'm not saying they don't, but you can hasten it. Like if you have buy a brand new car battery, right?
Yeah.
Works perfect. And then you leave your light on inside and let it die a week later, like kill the battery, like dead.
And have to jump.
And then you like charge it all the way back up. That battery isn't charged all the way back up. It's now only holding half the charge it used to. And then when you kill it again, if it happens again a week later, now it's only holding a quarter of the charge that it used to. And so once it dies, you're ruining batteries.
No, cold weather has been.
Cold weather don't.
Hold on. That was one day at work before you jump into that. It's been starting a little bit, more roughly, slowly over time. Like the battery's just
slowly.
Now I imagine this car sat for quite a while.
Yep.
When we got it, and this battery probably needs a new battery, right?
Yep.
Because it sat for a while. And slowly over time, it started a little bit rougher. And then the other day at work, it started doing this thing where it just disconnects. And the other day at work, it activated the anti-theft thing on it.
Yeah.
And it locked the key in it.
Yep, because it's low voltage.
And we couldn't get it out. And so I waited. And when it gave me like the lights and everything came on, I fucking turned it and pulled it out.
Yep.
And then I unlocked the door, locked it and unlocked it a couple times, and it shut it off.
Yeah.
And then I could start it again. But yeah, that's low voltage. That's why it keeps restarting and shit.
It's low voltage.
New battery. Thank you.
Started or check engine light turned off, or the tires.
The time went back to zero.
Yeah, basically. It, but yeah, it's low voltage. I mean, it sounds like to me. Thing is
exactly what I thought.
With batteries actually don't go bad in the cold. They actually more damage in the summer.
Yeah, but why do they shit out in cold weather? That's because when you notice it won't start.
Because it takes more power to turn over a cold engine. So if it damages in the summer, well, it's 90 degrees, 100 degrees. It doesn't take that much. But as soon as it gets colder, it takes more power and you notice
that it's damaged.
Yeah.
So how do you damage it in the summertime then?
It just gets old. The heat just gets old. You're not hurting it, but if a battery usually goes bad in the summer, doesn't completely fail. You find out in the wintertime.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't fail, but let's say, in the summer, you have battery works perfect.
We had quite a few issues.
And then all of a sudden, boom, in the summer, something happens with it, vibration, something cracks or something moves, and all of a sudden, poof, you only have half the power because something went wrong with the battery.
Yeah.
Well, in the summertime, you'll never know because it'll start just fine. But when it's in cold and it needs to start, and it takes more, that's when you find out something went wrong. You know?
Well, something's wrong with mine. I know that. It fucking needs some love.
Yeah.
And that's what I figured it was. And tomorrow I was going to go get one anyways.
Yep.
So
yeah,
I'm going to go, and that's what I'm going to do tomorrow is put a battery in that motherfucker.
Yep. Just be careful with some of it. Like when you do some of that stuff, you know, with all the electronics, you know, make sure you take it off right.
Oh yeah. You slow, take your time.
Well,
make sure you disconnect everything that needs to be disconnected, and don't be yanking shit out. Yeah.
Well, not only that, and then like I say, a lot of people, they just like put stuff and just let it spark, you know, and like, and you don't want that in the new vehicles. You don't make, they spark is a bad thing.
Yeah.
You'll surge things and fry different sensors.
Yep.
And yeah, it's not good. You just got to make sure you do it properly. And yeah,
exactly. Well, this one, it's got another thing is like, sometimes people will put the battery in and they won't fucking finish the harnessing part of it.
Oh yeah.
To harness it in there. So you got your fucking battery hooked up and it's just bouncing around in there, and then they wonder why 2 weeks later their shit's not connected, right?
Yep.
You got to make sure you do that. Mine has that Saab, of course, has a fucking cover over the thing, and you got to take the screws out to take the cover off, so you can see the.
Then they probably got a wedge on the side. You got to take the bolt out, loosen the wedge for you to pull it. Yeah,
just holds it in place.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. Just living the dream
out in the cold.
Oh yeah, and they're like the smoking that ish stuff. I'm just gonna do smoking that ish. I want it to be more of like a segment of Bent and Broken than its own show. Because right now, just the more I try to get involved in like the industry and the toxic positivity stream of shit that is going on, it literally makes me angry. It turns me into an angrier person, and it makes me, the industry in South Dakota makes me a shittier person the more time I spend around it. It is best to just dip in, get your buds, and dip the fuck out. If you don't want to pat everybody on the back and have them fake pat you on the back as well. It's just all the fun and stuff that was going on. Like when I first started the show, there was a lot more fun and spontaneity, and everything seemed new and stuff. And a lot of it is just people just bullshitting you. They're just trying to tell you what they want you to hear so that you'll come be on their team and see things their way. And then, there's a lot of cooler people. I feel like if I lived West River, I would have a much brighter show, like much more potential for a show. But East River, it's just not, I don't know. It's just not kicking off. Mostly because, I don't know. I don't bite my tongue about stuff. I can't sit here and just be positive all the time, because that's not how real people are. And if you are positive all the time, buddy, you're going to explode one day. You're going to fucking get cut off in traffic, and you're going to lose your fucking mind, or they're going to mess up your order at a restaurant, and you're going to fucking go through the roof. And there is nobody who's positive all the fucking time. It's not a thing.
Well, the people that you run into
are delusional.
They're fucking weird.
Yeah, they're delusional.
They're fucking weird.
And they're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody in the weed industry tells me that you have to be positive all the fucking time. And if that's what you got to be to do it, I'm not joining your cult, bro. I don't want to be in your fucking little cult. I'd rather just do our show.
The
talk
deal
about whatever the hell we end up talking about every, week, and see what's up.
There's nothing wrong with being positive.
Well, yeah, to a point.
No, what the thing is let me just say to see if I'm reading it right.
Goes.
So you're saying that they're wanting to be positive all the time, 100%, and if you're not, they get mad or kind of don't like it. So yeah, so there's nothing wrong with being positive about things, but when something's wrong or something's not right, you have to be able to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not being negative. That's just pointing something out that's not, it's maybe negative, that you're pointing out to make it more positive. But the way it sounds is people don't want to hear anything negative about it.
No, nothing. No criticisms whatsoever are allowed. None.
That's crazy.
Zero.
That's not, you can't do that.
If there's something,
how are you gonna make it better?
If there's something about something that you don't like, you just don't promote it and hope that it just fades itself out.
No,
that's how you do it. That's how you fight it.
No.
Yeah, you just don't promote it. It's not part of your sphere now. It's outside of your life space.
So what you're saying is
if you're not promoting it, you're not part of the problem.
Well, are you saying that the industry here anyway is woke, like really super woke? Because they are. Because
they are.
That's the same thing as woke. Is like, well, you can't comment on it. Don't comment on it. You don't like it. If you're not going to be I don't want to hear anything negative. But then they can dog on everything else.
They dog the show. They dog the show out of.
See, they're woke.
Yeah.
All right, now I get it.
They used to promote the show and everything, but now they said that since I criticized anything at all, and I refused to put a printed out apology that they could then repost on their social media to show that they got me to do the right thing. They literally wanted a screenshot of an apology and all this other. Fuck you.
Are you crazy?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mango. Fuck you, Tom. Everybody who thinks they're fucking superior because they grow a little bit of fucking weed. Eat a dick. You're just a man like anybody else, dude. I know you have fucking 200 people a day sucking your dick online talking about how great you are. Eat a fucking dick, dude.
That's like I say. I mean, deal is it.
They literally got pissed because I told the truth. That's all. I met. They don't want anybody to tell the truth.
I met quite a few. That came over. What cool dudes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But yeah, if
they would have had anything bad to say
culture.
If they would have had anything bad to say about me, you, or the show, they would have waited until they left and said it in the car on the way home.
Why?
Because that's the proper thing to do.
No, it's not.
Exactly. That's what I'm fucking saying. You be honest and upfront and fucking truthful with people.
Yeah, there's called a, like I say.
I'm sorry that, actually, I'm not sorry that I said that stuff about Tom. But Tom, everybody else is saying it about you. They're saying it every time somebody brings you up. You mention your name and everybody shits on you. Unless you're there, dude. And I'm the only person trying to tell you that that's going on.
So
and somehow that makes me a dick. Eat shit.
The deal is why. Now I'll just ask you. You're open for debate, aren't you?
Yes.
So if somebody comes on and has a different point of view than you and says you're wrong, are you willing to listen and have a debate back and forth?
Yeah. Why?
And if you are wrong, would you be willing to admit it?
Well, duh.
Okay.
I'm not set in any of my ways. I just haven't been convinced by.
But the deal is anyone else the others, are they willing to do that?
I have no idea. If I hint that any kind of controversial question will be asked or anything, they won't come on the show.
Oh, so they're not willing to do it.
Literally, Hashhound was the first person to do it, to say that he wouldn't come on if anything controversial was brought up. He wants no part in it. And then,
and like I say, but I met him, and he's actually a cool dude.
Well, yeah.
He's actually really cool.
Yeah, but he's absorbed. He now works for the flower shop in Mitchell.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Absorbed into the industry.
I'm just saying, he's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually like him. He's really.
So he did what the industry wants everybody to do, and now he's working in the industry.
He had a great personality. You know what I mean? I really did. I enjoyed the guy.
And
I really did.
He really cared about his dabs and all that stuff. Like,
he really was. Yes. Yeah. It meant something to him.
He's the one that taught me about like the mouth coat of like a dab, how it's supposed to like coat your mouth and get the full flavor. But yeah, now he works for part of the thing now. So now their stuff's the best. And I mean, there goes any opinion really.
Well,
gone now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's But yeah, like there's nothing wrong with the guy.
Work for a dispensary and then talk about stuff you got from a different dispensary, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't like I say for me, I wasn't involved in the show
no, he was
or any of that.
I'd say that he wouldn't come on if I brought up anything controversial, like the stuff between me and DNG and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wants to say anything on that because they would have to lie.
Yeah.
If they, in order to stay positive,
or he would have to be put on record.
Lie. Yeah, or he would have to go on record saying something possibly negative.
And I
nobody
get that.
wants to. I understand that too. To a point.
Yeah, I do to a point.
I had another guy that blows glass and stuff, and he wanted to come on the show, but he won't because it's too controversial, and he's trying to start a glass blowing business.
Which I've seen. Yeah, well, you had one on or whatever.
Oh yeah, Mitchell. He boycotts the show now.
Does he?
Yep.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, you're fucking. Wasn't he a buddy or some shit? He knew somebody who.
He knew somebody I knew. Yeah.
But, he boycotts the show with fucking Mango and all the other ones. He was part of the fucking show me a fucking apology thing. He was part of that fucking group. Yeah.
Well, the deal is you can't. I mean, now people can go too far.
I mean, go sell your $600 fucking Yoshi.
No. The deal is
over anybody who don't stand up behind what they fucking say.
I'm saying that anybody can go too far. Now, if you,
I tend to get angry and say a lot of dumb shit. It does.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you went too far, and somebody comes sat in and told you went too far, would you?
Rather just
would you listen
and shit?
But I'm saying, would you listen to each other and then?
We already would have had the episode.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
anybody even wanted to try to talk to me about anything, but they just wanted to join the mob and shit on me because, if I shit on him because Mango's shitting on him, maybe Mango will think I'm cool. I'll get a high five. Maybe I'll get a discount next time I go to fucking eat dicks. Eat dicks, you little brown nosers, dude. I'm over it. I stand by what I say. Fucking everybody's had a problem with Tom forever. And they are more than willing to say it anytime you bring him up, anywhere you are, any place you go, any side of the fucking state.
Yeah,
they're more than happy to talk about it.
All I'm saying, I don't know
talk about it on camera.
I don't know the people. You know, I don't know.
Initially when I brought it up though, was because everybody's talking about this guy and nobody's fucking telling him. But nobody's fucking telling him.
The deal is this: I don't know the people. You know what I mean? I don't know the people. I mean, we've met them when they come.
Well, that's just
they come in the studio or whatever.
I know them on a personal level.
I don't know them, but while they're here, like I thought Hashdown was cool shit.
Yeah,
I really did. I think he's cool, dude. I love the way he is about himself. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I think Menzel was cool. I like him. You know what I mean? I think they're great people.
They are. They're
and then even stuff. Tom, when he's here. Great. I thought it was cool, dude.
Because if they had anything bad to say, they would wait until they were in the car on the way home to say it.
But that's what I'm saying is I don't understand. Like say they're cool people.
Yes, Hashhound is fucking one of the nicest people I've ever met.
He was fucking awesome.
I'm not trying to shit on him in any way. Just
no.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Now he's just
I would even tell you, like, dude, you can say what you would like, but I think the dude's cool. Now,
well, he was always super nice. He was super helpful.
Man,
any questions I had
his personality alone
very nice.
Was just mellow and bright at the same time.
First person who ever said no controversial questions,
and it might just be like I say,
which the only reason it irritates me is because I don't have a set way that anything's going to go. It's flow of conversation.
Yeah, you start out a couple topics and
talk about something, and that's all that's on my mind. Is the one thing that I have to fucking avoid for the whole goddamn interview. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. You've now commandeered the conversation and you're steering it your way instead of just having a fucking conversation.
No, I mean, I could get it. I'd understand.
I understand covering your ass. And not
to a certain extent.
Controversial or be negative ever.
I'm just saying that maybe if something, I'm not saying anything ever went on with anybody.
No.
But if somebody had something controversial that went on, and you just say, hey, I don't want to talk about this. And okay. And then anything else is cool. I can understand that. But if you're just like nothing ever negative, or nothing.
It's basically what it was.
That's a little much.
I had to reassure
but if it's
him.
specific
reassure him no less than 3 times that it would not be negative, and we would talk about good things.
Yeah, but I thought it was.
Which is fine, but I'm not doing that. It made me super uncomfortable. It sucked for me.
Yep.
You know, I'm doing this show because I want to talk about the things that I want to talk about. And if something controversial comes up while we're talking, well, then we'll discuss it and move on.
Yeah.
We're not going to fucking, oh, shit, cut that out.
Yeah.
Can't talk. Fucking eat dicks, dude. I'm not. If you don't want to be real, don't talk to me. Don't come on the show. Don't fuck with me. You don't want to be real. You want to be fake? Keep going with the fake shows and the fake people and the fake bullshit. Keep your fucking Instagram polished and fucking kick rocks, bro.
Yep.
I'm not going to change who I am to make money. Like,
no.
You're ridiculous.
No, and
then back in my day, we used to talk about sellouts and shit like that. People who didn't have a fucking backbone and would do anything for money. And now that's the majority. If you don't sell out for money and do whatever money tells you to do, well, you're a fucking idiot, aren't you?
And it's not even, like I say, nowadays, it's not, before it was about money. You know, when we were
now it's
younger.
about fame.
No, it's not even about that. You can't even say certain things without being canceled.
Oh, I called a kid black the other day at work and fucking...
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't.
He was the only black kid working.
Yeah.
And the manager was looking for him, and he asked me where he went, and I didn't know his name. And he was the only black kid that worked there. So I went and I asked 2 other people, I'm like, where'd that black kid go that was working on the line? And they both, instead of answering me, went, whoa, what? Oh.
Yeah, well, you don't have any racial insensitivity training.
What? He's black.
Yeah.
I'm not calling him African American. He's never been to Africa.
Well, isn't he just? Aren't we all just like Americans? Aren't we all?
You don't call me fucking European American, do you? No, I'm just American. Why isn't he just American? I'm fucking white. You're black. Who gives a shit? I have eyes. Your skin is a different color. Why am I supposed to? Where'd the brown kid go? That sounds even worse. I think
that's bad. Yeah. I mean, well, it's not bad, but it's just. I just wish everybody could just be chill.
But the thing is nobody told me where the fuck he was because they were too busy going, ho, 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 ho. And then when I came back and I worked at the store that I normally work at, because this is a store that I had to travel to work at to help them out. And now I'm working at the store that I normally work at, and I told them about it, and I got the same reaction. And the 2 people who I got the reaction from, one of them is fresh out of high school, and the other one is one of the fucking dumbest workers we have, just an absolute dipshit. Who literally, when a black guy walked off a line, he leaned into my ear and said the N-word. When this big black guy that I work with walked off a line to go get a drink, he leaned into my ear and said the N-word. And then when I said black, when I was talking about this kid, he was one of the people that went, ho, 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 ho! Oh no, what? But he'll say the N-word, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand any of this woke fake bullshit. Be who you are and stand on what you believe, or get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah. I just, I don't worry about, of course
I'm not racist.
Of course I'm not going to say
I'm not racist.
Things.
I'm not sexist.
No.
I'm not any of these things that they try to label me as, and I refuse to act as though I am.
Yeah, because everybody nowadays just wants to have everybody have a label. And I'm not cool with that. No. I just want, I don't care what color you are. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how fat you are.
I would prefer to have called the kid by his name, but I didn't know his fucking name.
And the thing is I don't care about any of that. If you're cool, you're cool. If you're a dick, you're dick. If you're a loser, you're a loser. I give a fuck.
What is the difference? Are you a loser trying to do something? Are you at least making attempts to not be a loser? Because some people are losers because they're lazy as fuck and they don't do shit.
Yes.
Some people are losers because of circumstance.
Now, the thing is are they losers? Like say, this is what I'm saying. Everybody knows what a loser is. All right. But there's classifications of it. Like you said, there's ones that are fucking doing nothing.
Turds.
They're just turds.
Turds.
Okay. So then there's the ones that are trying to do something, but blame everyone else for everything that's ever went wrong in their life.
Those are, I want to say sissies.
Yeah, they're horrible.
That's a derogatory term.
Now, if the ones that are not doing well, losers that aren't doing well, but they actually are putting forward effort and they're working and they're doing what they need to do and they're slowly growing and just kind of keeping their mouth shut and some accepting responsibility.
Some people
perfect.
Every now and then, some people just need somebody to fucking be like, no, dude, don't do that. Do this. And then they're like, oh, okay. And they just go and they do, yeah. It's as simple as that. Some people are just doing shit the way they think it's supposed to be done and not realizing that they're not doing anything.
Yeah, it's like I say, there's a lot. I don't want to, like I say, I'm not dogging on anybody personally.
I mean, if you're not getting out there and fucking trying, dude, whether it's, even if you can't work, if you're not going to therapy and trying to get better, if you're not, calling a counselor on the phone and trying to work through your stuff to improve, then what the fuck are you doing?
I want everybody to be the best they can be, and I want everybody to be successful and happy.
You got to improve every day, man.
But I'm not going to tear down someone else to make someone else feel better. It ain't worth my time. Yeah. Now, everybody has that one person they fucking hate.
Yeah.
Everybody gives a shit. They have that one person's like, that mother, I fucking fuck that guy. Yeah. Everybody has that person. Yeah. And they'll talk shit about that guy all the time because
I am that guy, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's my name. Yeah. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to it. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to dog on anybody personally unless, basically you screw me over, I'm done.
Exactly.
I just don't deal with you no more.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to keep coming back and fucking with me and trying to do shit behind my back and try to get everybody else, right now I'm pissed. Now you fucking piss me off.
I don't give a shit because anybody who's around me, you can't come and say so blah, blah, blah about me because everybody knows me.
Yeah.
They wouldn't believe it in the first place and they'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I've actually had
who know of.
This is no shit. I had a freaking, I ended up fucking meeting a bunch of people that, I knew years ago and, ended up seeing them, went and sat, fucking hang out, bullshit with them for a little bit. And then one of the guys I talked to regularly, but there's like 6 others that I didn't. And so I was sitting and bullshitting with the dude, that I talked to regularly. And all the other motherfuckers sat there and started telling me how horrible I am and all the fucking bad stuff and all that stuff. And, when it comes to, I'm just telling them like, oh yeah, well, you're all right. You ain't done nothing. You're cool. Yeah, you're doing all right. And they're telling me that I'm such a horrible, negative person. And I sat there for like a half hour listening to all this. And I'm like, I'm such a horrible, negative person. And I'm this horrible. You're the ones that are fucking talking smack. And
nobody said a nice thing. I fucking got it.
Yeah, I didn't say a fucking bad shit about any of you. I didn't say anything about anything. I was like, it's cool. You guys are all talking, but I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm okay. You know what? I'll be the bad guy. I give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'll wear that badge like a fucking right in front, like I'm like Superman, fucking right there.
You go over here and talk about how I'm a bad guy. Yep. I'm gonna go over here and do shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get shit done. You just fucking sit and bitch and whine all you want. Yeah. I give a fuck. Just
like with people at work when they don't like me. You don't have to fucking like me.
Exactly.
I do a very good job. I work
obviously
very hard. I come in when I'm not supposed to come in. I get here early and I stay fucking late. What do you do?
Yeah.
All right, fuck on.
The deal is
I don't care about what you say.
When it came to it,
with any of that.
No,
shit,
when it came to it, it was they wanted to, I must have affected their life something fucking serious. They didn't affect my life in the fucking least.
I didn't even remember half of them.
I didn't give a fuck. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I
hear that shit all the time.
They don't affect me at all.
I hear stories about me.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't even fucking remember that.
Well, yeah, because you done some bad shit. Because you're a horrible person.
The worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah.
I used to intentionally be kind of a shitty person, I used to intentionally.
I used to do that shit sometimes too.
Now I'm a good person who just doesn't want to be fucked with.
I just don't want to deal with shit no more. I just want to do my life. I just want to live my life and fucking be happy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the dispensary that I go to because they fucking change shit up. They bring in new stuff. I don't have to fucking travel to fucking find new shit. And I don't have to deal with the same old shit all the time or just the same few whatever. It's always new, innovative stuff. I'm into that Big Sue Bud company lately because they do a lot of good things for like food kitchens and, food pantries, whatever the fuck they call them, where they give food to fucking people who can't afford it.
Yep.
They do a lot of good shit for that. They do a lot of good charity stuff. They got real cheap shatter, 2 gram fucking shatter for $30. It's not a strain. It's like whatever they had left over, it's not like, delicious flavor. Oh, it tastes like a vanilla fucking caramel. No, it just tastes like fucking shatter used to back in the day, but you get 2 grams for $30, dude. I mean, they're one of the companies that really is doing something to help out people who are broke. That's a lot of what they do. And they're a good company. I can't remember the name. Oh, Deez. Deez is the guy that runs the place. I don't know what his last name is, but
yeah. Yeah, well, deal is like,
and he's a good dude. He's a nice guy. And for those who like the 9 people who watched the last episode, because I'm so done with fucking Instagram, dude. I'm so sick of it. I hate fucking Instagram so goddamn much, dude. Yeah, I kind of shit on DNG a little bit because, dude, you took away the Grape Rock Candy, one of the best strains that's ever fucking been out, because you said you had better shit coming, and there ain't no better shit coming, dude. I picked up 2 separate strains, Face on Fire and Honey Badger something, number 17. And decent. They were both good, decent. They worked. The Grape Rock Candy, no. Not even fucking close. Not even in the ballpark. And before anybody starts throwing fucking, well, Quest, what about the stuff Quest grows? Dude, your fucking Flapjacks had seeds in it, bro. So, I mean, legit. Go ahead, shut me up, fucking boycott me, whatever. It doesn't change the fact that I think you're making just bad decisions. Why am I not allowed to say that?
Well,
who the fuck am I to where if I say that company's making bad choices, they give a shit enough to like boycott my fucking show? Like,
the deal is
gives a fuck? I'm allowed my opinion.
Yeah. Do you like, and maybe, like I say, maybe it comes off differently or whatever.
I'm a dick. I can't help it.
Well, it might. Yeah, you might
come off.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a dick too, but
I don't have.
But are you
edges?
But when you're saying this stuff, are you dogging on these motherfuckers, or are you trying to be constructive?
I'm trying to hold them accountable, like
constructive criticism.
What are you doing?
I would like to see.
Contact me if you got something on the back burner that's gonna blow my fucking mind that I don't know about or something. Like, let me know, because from what I see.
Well, they let you know. They'll let everybody know.
Well, exactly. If, tell me whatever you're ready for.
Well, you've got a platform. You can send it out.
Yeah. But just legit, I'm not saying that they're a bad company. From what I hear, the guy who owns the company is a very nice man. And I'm sure they have very many other employees who are extremely kind and good people. I dog on the one fucking dude because everybody else dogs on him and they don't fucking tell him, dude. And it's wrong. It's wrong to talk about people when they're not around and fucking not tell them, okay?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's not right either. Yeah, you shouldn't talk behind someone's back. I mean, are you saying something about him yet? But you're putting it out there. You're not behind his back. He can see this anytime he wants.
Exactly.
Okay. So.
And I can see how people would think that he's a dick because he can be very loud. He's a very high energy.
His personality
is high energy guy. He's close up, where if you're uncomfortable with people being close, it can come off as like aggressive or whatever. I mean, he's harsh on snowflakes, man. It's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, but like I say, when he was here, he seemed to be a very.
Nobody was telling him. No, I didn't know any of that shit when he was here. I didn't know that people were talking about him like that when he's not fucking around. But then people think that they can talk in a particular way around me about other people, and fucking where I come from, you don't do that shit.
No.
You don't do that shit. You got something to say about somebody, say it to them.
That's what I'm saying. And when he was here,
if it's a business thing, you can say it in a way that is still professional and get the topic out there and talk about it in a professional setting. You don't have to go, bro, you're kind of a dick. You don't have to do that. And for the record, he was not a dick to us.
No, and the deal. All right, put it this way. This is what I'm saying too is, and he might be hearing all this stuff, right?
Maybe if not,
hold on. Hold on. Just let me talk for a second. I'm just saying.
I'll give you a shot.
He might be hearing a bunch of this stuff from other people, or them other people are saying this stuff, and then I heard this on, and that, you know what I mean? He might be hearing a bunch of that, and then just now, because when he was here, right? He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with him.
No.
He was cool. There's nothing wrong with it.
That's just it.
I just don't want nobody talking behind your back and then him hearing it and thinking it's from you.
They are.
And the thing is, I would like to, honestly, I'd like to see him come and not have an argument. You know what I mean? I know. I'm just saying, I'd like to have him come and hang out, and I didn't have, you don't have a problem with him.
No.
It's just,
people have said stuff about him.
I think that all needs to be hashed out.
Well, the thing is that stuff with the Petrie, that's, they said that he pressured that guy into selling those things.
Now the deal is, did they though? Were you there?
All I did was make that public because, hey, if somebody was telling people that they did that to me as Tom, wouldn't you want to fucking know what people are saying about you?
True.
Because he still sells his bud there.
Yeah.
It's not like they stopped dealing with him over it.
And like I say, personally, I don't have a problem with him. I don't deal with the industry.
No,
at all. Personally, I don't have a problem with him. I think he's a good dude.
The only reason I came out hot is because it was an issue with anxiety, and I was dealing with, I have a serious condition that took me a long time to get a grip on, and that was like a soft spot for me. So like when they said that he pressured a guy with anxiety into selling extra strength, maybe that's not how it went down.
Everybody has.
That's what
like everybody says.
Fucking saying.
Everybody said there's always this truth, this guy's truth, and then the truth. You know,
and
everybody's gonna make it.
I gotta learn to be more objective and not let my personal feelings get involved in shit.
It might not be what they're saying. It probably isn't 100. I'll guarantee it isn't 100% of what they're saying.
No, it can't be.
And I'll guarantee it probably isn't 100% of what he's saying. Is somewhere there's a mix in the middle somewhere, and I think maybe just tensions got high.
Yeah,
and everybody that came over here were cool dudes.
More people. I
didn't have a problem with them.
More people than that have said, shitty stuff about him.
The thing is once
nobody says I now have the label as the guy who fucking has issues.
You're a good scapegoat.
Yeah, and now anybody who wants to dump about him tries to fucking dump on him, and all I do is try and fucking let people know. All right,
well, that's all I'm saying is, I'd like to, even if he's got a point and he's pissed.
Yeah.
I would, me personally, I would respect it more. Not saying I don't respect the guy, but I'd say me personally, I respect more. Sit down, tell you, and
talk to me.
You either accept or you don't. You might agree. You might agree to disagree.
Yeah.
At the end, but whatever it is, it doesn't mean you ain't a cool dude.
No.
Doesn't mean you're not a cool dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that the rest everybody that came here was cool.
Yeah.
Everybody that came here was cool. Yeah. I actually like them. I think they're cool people. There's nobody that was like a dick, Nobody was like a fucking asshole. Nobody that was trying to be fake,
From what I've learned from the industry is that if anybody was uncomfortable or didn't like something, they wouldn't have never told us. They wouldn't have said anything to us. They would have told other people.
Yeah, see, that ain't cool either. And maybe that has to stop. That has to stop. I mean, that's the only thing.
Be a grown up. Be a man. Dude.
No, it's not like belittling them by saying be a grown up, be a man, or nothing like that. But
that's not what I'm saying. But like, the way we were fucking raised, the way we were raised. Being a grown up is
basically being a man. Yeah,
saying the hard shit.
Yeah, saying hard shit. Let's talk about it.
Because that's what's true to you. You got to say that hard shit sometimes. You don't act fake around people. If you have issues, you don't pretend to be nice to that person. Unless it's like a public setting, and then you be nice. And
there's time and place. Yeah, time, place, and manner.
Exactly.
You don't sit there and. I don't expect somebody to come on and sit there and say, well, you're a piece of shit. You fucking, I don't expect that. But be constructive and have a back and forth. And if you don't agree, you don't agree. That's cool. But everybody gets to see your guys' point. And it's cool. For real. And it also can show that you guys aren't like bad people. I mean, because what I get from it, like I say, I'm out, but what I get from it or what I've seen or whatever was, I see he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
I do.
Dude, when he was here, he was our first guest.
Dude, I see he's cool as shit. But on the other hand, I hear people saying all kinds of fucking, like, that ain't the guy I know.
Almost every time I go somewhere, if his name gets mentioned in any way, somebody's got a story.
But that's not the guy I know.
That's not the guy that was here.
No, that's not the guy I know.
Yeah.
And trust me, he was here. He was here for a while.
He should know that people are saying this shit, shouldn't he?
True.
Like, what am I going to do? Call him on his personal fucking phone and be like, hey, I have this show. I don't have time in my personal life to be calling fucking anybody.
Nah, dude,
I had people that I could have for guests on the show that I fucking haven't messaged and
like I say, that's another thing.
I'm busy as shit.
I'm not like I say, I'm not trying to advocate and beg for a fucking interview or nothing like that. I'm just saying
it's available if you want it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But
we've never rejected it.
All I'm saying is, dude, everybody was cool. I actually like the guy. I actually like all of them that came here. They're actually cool, dude. That one was a little strange, but
which one?
I don't know. He used to be can't remember which one it was. He used to be a fucking meth head or something.
Oh, yeah, that was one of our most popular episodes,
dude. He was a little strange. Still doesn't mean he's not a good guy. I like him
sometimes.
I think he's all right. Boy, he just kind of come off as like, wow, this guy's a whack job.
Exactly.
But he's a cool dude. I mean,
he's so far into it with the cops and all the stuff. So he's talking about shit that you'd have to be into it for a couple hours before you're like, oh, okay, I know what that is.
Yeah.
And he just comes out the gates with it, you know? Like,
but like I say, I think that one of the best ones was freaking Hash Hound was he was like the most mellow fucking.
He's so laid back.
And he seemed like he was so true and real.
He was trying to get into the industry. So he wants to be non-controversial and all that. And I get it. And it's just, I get it. But I would never do it.
Yeah,
I get what he was doing.
Even Tom thought Tom was cool,
but I could never do it. I could never just be everything's wonderful, and if something's negative, I just pay it no mind. Well, that's how fucking negative things become big fucking problems.
Yeah, I say
even something negative, and you go, "Oh, we're just gonna push that to the side over here," and then it grows into a huge fucking problem.
And it's like like I say, I don't know Tom. I don't know him from the industry.
I
just know him
or anything
here. But he was cool. I mean, he's a cool dude. I like him. I mean, I was like, I get along with this dude.
Saying that, do you want to call him?
No. I'm just saying. That's the deal. But here I'm sitting. I'm just trying to tell you what I got from it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like involved in it.
Well, no, there's never been any kind of animosity or tension or anything with anybody who's ever been on the show. Or anything, ever.
And it was, but the comments, I didn't get the comments, not just on that show, but later about I didn't get the comments about him,
Yeah.
Which kind of caught me off guard, but whatever. Anybody can say whatever. And then all the stuff I hear, because I'm not involved in the industry, but people are around and stuff, all the stuff I hear, I'm like, that's not the fucking dude I know.
No.
And I don't think he was fake here.
No, it
was who he was. He wasn't trying, because
he's just always amped up that extra level, like.
But that's part of what made him unique and fun.
Exactly. Exactly.
I guess people could take it the wrong way, but
hard on snowflakes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess people could take it the wrong way, but I didn't.
Well,
I thought it was
him coming in close, talking to you. People see that as like, oh, he came right into my personal space and fucking.
Oh yeah. See, now that's not him. That's them.
Them, yes, but they're
the ones talking shit.
But they're talking shit.
But they shouldn't. I mean, because there's nothing wrong with the way he is.
No, I've never seen anything. I've heard that he's gotten in yelling matches with people or something. I've never seen it.
Hey, everybody gets angry once in a while.
I've gotten in yelling matches fucking with people in this room.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's all I'm saying is I don't see anybody as I just don't understand, when people talk shit.
The backlash.
I don't want to hear it most of the time.
Was ridiculous.
Dude, that was crazy.
But I did come out super hot.
Yeah, but I
do believe I came out and said fuck them and all that other shit.
Yeah, it might have been, it might have took too far.
Came out super hot, yeah.
But it was,
like I said, it had to do with anxiety shit, and it fucking really hit me in a soft spot, and I kind of took it personal, I guess.
Well, it's some people talk about even friends that you have in actual friends. You hear somebody else talking shit about them, you're like, it's not the guy.
That is one of my least favorite episodes that I've done, though, is that first episode back.
Really?
Yeah, because I was just angry as fuck.
Well, yeah, but you just got done going through a lot of shit.
Yeah, I'm so tired of everybody pussyfooting around everything instead of just saying what you need to say. I know it's harsh. I know sometimes it hurts, but let's move the fuck on. We're making progress. Let's get shit out of it. I don't want to fucking talk for 20 minutes about something that could have been handled in 5. Yeah. Let's fucking go. I know it's a little harsh, might hurt a couple feelings. I'm sure you had a traumatic thing that happened to you in the bed. Me too. Let's fucking move on. Yeah. You got to take your personal shit out of it. Stop taking offense to everything and just take it for what it is and move the fuck on.
Yep. Yeah. Like saying, the only reason I'm saying any of this,
dude, if you got a lint roller, you're my best friend.
The only reason I'm saying any of this, just kind of end the whole deal was that I guess maybe I'm an objective because I had no idea even who these people were until they show up.
Yeah.
I hang out with them for 3, 4, 5 hours and that's all I know about them. But they're cool. So, I'm not involved in it.
That shit with Mitzel boycotting the show too, though, and stuff, that fucking chapped my fucking ass, dude. Come down, fucking hang out on the show, talk about how, I know so-and-so is friends with your brother. Your brother's a real good dude, all that shit. One person on the fucking internet says something and fucking turns around and boycotts shit.
Like, I don't know, man. Everybody has their own way about it, but you can't be mad about them being them either.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, but he didn't say shit to me. He didn't come off and be like, hey, man, what's going on? Like, da-da-da. He just fucking, unfollowed and shit and fucking...
Yeah. And that seems to be
the passive aggressiveness of everybody is making me sick.
But the deal is passive aggressive, right? Everybody, like you said,
complete avoidance of confrontation.
Exactly. But I avoided confrontation all the time too. If somebody put it this way, somebody don't like me and unfollows me, I don't care.
No, I don't.
It doesn't. I don't give him one extra second. To even
but I was promoting his shit on the show while he unfollowed me.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can kind of understand that. So I can understand a small part of that.
Suck my dick. I was promoting your shit on the show while you were telling everybody fuck that guy. Eat a dick.
Because he did have some good shit.
He did.
I've seen some of that stuff.
He has high quality stuff. Yeah. It's overpriced as fuck, but he has high quality stuff.
I have no idea what the stuff runs for. I don't know anything about that.
About $600.
Are they?
Yeah.
God damn.
Little Yoshi in a fucking thing you smoke out of.
Yeah. I mean, they're cool as shit, though. I think they're
very,
cool.
very fucking well made.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's just... I'm not worried about business relation. I'm worried about man-to-man relation. Like, what kind of relationship do I have with that person? And to turn around, let me promote your shit, but, turn around and be like, I don't support that guy anymore. Go fuck yourself. If you didn't support me anymore, you should have gotten a hold of me and said, don't promote my stuff on your show anymore. I'm unfollowing you.
Okay, I can see that.
Instead, he took the fucking...
I can see that.
Yeah, he let me continue to promote his stuff while turning tail and fucking...
Even if he doesn't have to put a comment on for everybody to see, but at least send you a text.
Yep.
or you know,
had my number.
I get that now. Now that I could kind of understand. I kind of get.
Yeah. That's a kick in the dick.
Yeah, I kind of see. I kind of see that.
But at the same time, me coming out and going super controversial.
True.
While people have their shit attached to the show.
Yeah.
Also kind of a dick move.
Yeah, true.
But I already said when I came out, I was a dick. I already said that I was a dick when I did that fucking episode, and I was pissed. Coming off fucking a lot of shit. Yeah. A lot of shit going on. And I might have come out too harsh, but I stand by what I fucking have been saying, dude. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That's the only way I explain it is just to kind of explain to everybody is there's no difference between if I say the sky is blue or the sky is fucking blue. It's still the sky's blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
People could say, I don't like the way you said it.
It's not about the way I said it. It's about what I said.
Yeah. Or I don't agree with what you said. Okay. You know, you don't have to agree. Tell me, you know, we can agree to disagree, or maybe you can change my mind, or maybe I have a point that changed your mind. I don't know. Or maybe we can have common ground, but
we might end up getting rid of that fucking episode. Honestly, not a big fucking fan of it. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it, and it's going to be cringe as fuck for me to rewatch it.
Yeah. But it's, that's the deal.
We might end up taking that episode down and just fucking being done with that shit.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to fucking deal with that shit anymore. And I did. And, you know,
the deal is
it was only like a few months ago, but I've continued to grow every day as a person. And I came out too hot on it, I think. I was offended because the anxiety angle made it personal for me. And I came out super angry. And then when those motherfuckers came out, I'm not sure if DNG asked me to apologize or anything like that. That was Mango from Dakota Green, who came out and demanded that I have. And he didn't want just an apology. He didn't want me to call and apologize. He wanted me to screenshot a page-long apology and send it to him, so then he could take it and put it out on his social media and show what a great social justice warrior he is. So he doesn't like me either, but at the same time, I don't really give a fuck that he don't like me.
No. And like I say, not everybody has to like each other.
He was trying to stand up for his friend. I get it. But you came about it in a super douchey way, dude.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. And I'm saying they're wrong.
I was wrong for the way it came out so hot. I was right on some of the issues that I came out with. He's fucking.
You just could have been more constructive about the way you delivered it.
I could have been more professional about the way I delivered it. I let too much of my own personal emotion get involved in it, and that's what fucked it up. I said what I was intending to say. I just went further than I was intending to go.
But
I think
the thing is, you got
DNG or something like that on there, and I don't mean that. I like their weed, and the guy that runs their company is a nice dude.
The thing is you got freaking emotional about it and fucking like that because you give a fuck.
Exactly. Well, that's the whole reason I care. I don't.
If you didn't give a fuck, you wouldn't have cared.
Dude, the industry could be so great and fucking everybody would rather just tuck their tail and cash their check.
Yeah, it'll get there.
We have one of the slimiest industries around right now, South Dakota. Our industry is pretty fucking gross.
Gross.
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
How do you smoke slime?
A lot of people are doing it, dude.
Do you? What is that? What's that stuff called? Okay, no, we ain't getting into that. I ain't doing that stuff. All right.
It's made by.
Yeah, no. Fuck that out. Bleep, bleep. Censored. Bleep. Fuck no. All right. So
one good thing, though, I'm not just trying to. DNG had these new bags that they came out with, and the new bags are actually really good. They claim to protect the weight and stuff and keep it from dehydrating in the bag. And I weighed the shit, and it weighed over what it said was in the bag by like 0.02 or something, or 0.2 on one of them. So the bags are working, but the buds were a little bit flat that came out of the bags. I don't see a happy medium to this. You can't keep using bags. I understand the bags work for this. They work for that. They retain this. They do that. Okay, put it in a bag and put the bag in a fucking container then.
Yeah, but then
put the bag in a plastic container. I don't want
costs, man.
I don't want flat fucking nugs.
I know, but you're talking like
I don't want to buy your flat fucking nug. I will literally go to the next one, even though it might be dry and shit, because it's in a plastic container. I can rehydrate that shit at my house, and the nugs aren't fucking smushed.
Yeah, hey,
it's
constructive.
Yeah,
you know, I think it's just a cost thing.
It is. It is.
You know, like because you're trying to keep price down.
Yeah.
For the customer.
But you also want the customer to get the best representation of your product.
There has to be a happy medium, and where the fuck the happy medium is.
Apparently, it's the happy medium is slightly fucking flat nug. It's not. I'm not shitting on them. They're not by far. They're not the only people using bags or anything like that. I'm not shitting on them. I have been against bags from the fucking jump, dude. Watch any episode where I fucking get
like
something in a bag and I fucking complain about it. Yeah,
I don't like a fucking nasty old bags.
I want a nice tight little can.
Yeah, damn right. Them nasty old bags fucking
nice
suck.
Tight little can, not an old nasty.
I don't want the fun bags hanging down to their waist either. You know?
Nice and firm.
Yeah, damn
firm,
right.
solid container.
Solid. There you go. All right, man. I'm getting the hell out of here because
I'm done.
I'm about as fucking bent as they fucking come.
Yeah, I'm still fucking broken.
All right, man. We'll get the fuck out of here. We'll see you guys later.